Yo, what's up guys, Andos here. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to play like Faze Booya. Yes, the man himself, the legend, the myth, Booya. This guy's one of the best players in the world right now. This is what his gameplay looks like.
Emotional damage.
That's right, I've watched thousands of hours of his footage. I've studied this man like an exam with my future at stake. I've got pictures of him on my wall. I tell my girlfriend at the dinner table, babe, I want to be like Faze Booya. Maybe not that serious. Jokes aside though, I am serious about helping you get better at Call of Duty Warzone. So in today's episode, we are going to analyze some gameplay from Faze Booya and see what we can learn and implement into our own gameplay as well. By the end of today's episode, you should have a better understanding of how the best players in the world play Warzone and use some key points to help you become a sweat as well. I will leave Booya's links in the description. Make sure to go check out his YouTube and his Twitch. He's one of my favorite streamers at the moment. Shout out to the GOAT Booya. Remember to like the video if you appreciate the vibes and the content. Sub to the YouTube channel for more awesome Warzone videos. Check me out on Twitch as well at AndosGaming TV. Come check out the stream and say hello. Alrighty, with the intro out of the way, let's begin. Disclaimer, my goal is not to look at super cracked gameplay. We all know Booya is one of the best players in the world. I will try to showcase situations where we can learn something. I'll try to explain patterns I see in the gameplay. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Topic number 1, good positioning. In my opinion, Booya doesn't have like crazy cracked movement compared to someone like Joe Woe. What he does do really well though is positioning. I notice when I play, I tend to rush in straight away and play super aggressive and get into a lot of 50-50 gunfights. But watching Booya play, he's very methodical at times when he approaches gunfights. Let's break down a clip and I'll show you what I mean. In this situation, he's approaching control center and there are a few targets popping up on the UAV. He manages to get it down from a distance. So far so good. He pushes just a bit without overcommitting and takes out the second target. This is where he doesn't rush in. He plays position, stays on the outside and try to get some easy pick. If this was me, honestly, I would be slide cancelling inside control center, taking heaps of 50-50 gunfights, which is probably not always the best idea. He gets another down and then another one. He gets 4 downs before entering the building. That's a pretty solid effort. This is what I noticed watching Booya. He uses positioning to get easy kills. Instead of just rushing, he takes medium to long range gunfights to rack up the high kill games. Seeing that made me think you don't always need to run up to people's faces. You don't always need to play aggressive. Use positioning to your advantage to get those easy kills. I'm just going to break down one of my gunfights after studying a lot of footage from Booya. In this situation, I'm pushing a full squad. Normally I would go straight in and just try to use brute force and my movement to finesse the team. As you can see, I got smashed there. I just got surprised by the last person. I think Booya is much more methodical when pushing a full squad, so I'm trying to change my gameplay a little bit. In the next gunfight, I think more about positioning. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, there are 3 people in this building at the moment. I do want to play this smart and not rush in. I want to isolate these gunfights and take out the targets one by one. Saying that, I stay on the outside and I don't barge in. I check the left side, pre-aim, nothing there. I take the window, do a little peek. So what I do here is called counter strafing. I move right to left while I'm shooting. A benefit of doing this, I was able to isolate gunfights by using angles. For example, notice this target can't see me while I'm shooting the other enemy. Now that the first target is in cover, I switch to the second one. Notice how I reposition my body again just to cut off line of sight. The positioning is subtle, but this is a good example of how to isolate your gunfights. I get one down. I don't want to overcommit yet. However, I do want to change my position.
Is there a guy on our level?
I pre-aimed the window and I'm still relatively safe in this position. I have an exit plan in case something goes wrong. Managed to get the second kill, no problems. I'm armoring up, shouldering the left side to see if the enemy will advance. I check the room, now I can play a bit more aggressive. I don't want to stay on the outside for too long as I don't want to get third partied.
Watching.
So in this scenario, as you can see, I'm trying to be more methodical in my approach. I notice Booya does this really well. I'm not solely focusing on my movement and trying to break everyone's camera. I'm trying to get picks from the outside, use my positioning to my advantage and push it when I feel a bit more comfortable. Topic number 2, waits for the enemy to push. Most of the time when we are in gunfights, a lot of people just play super aggressive and try to wipe the team as quick as possible and kind of get tunnel vision. However, pros really understand the balance of when to be offensive or defensive during gunfights. I noticed Booya plays really smart and understands when to play aggressive and when to play defensive. When he's on the back foot, he uses the enemy's aggressive playstyle to his advantage. He's also calm, cool, collected, and lets the enemies make mistakes and capitalizes from there. I'll break down the situation and I'll show you what I mean further. In this situation, he gets into a gunfight, gets it down, and does the dip. Always dip when it's a low percentage gunfight. That was a 2-on-1 situation, so getting out of there was the right move. This is where he has 2 options. He could turn left and attack aggressively. However, he decides to play defensive, gets into good position with cover and let the enemy push towards him. Right here, he has a perfect piece of cover and uses his head glitch. He gets the first down, easy peasy. This is why you should run throwing knives in Rebirth. He goes for the throwing knife kill to get the UAV to expose the enemy's position. He sees the target on the right on the minimap and gets the easy kill with cover and not too much risk. As you can see, it's a good idea to know when to play defensive and when to let the enemies come to you. You don't always need to take low percentage gunfights by being super aggressive. You're probably thinking, Andos, it's not as easy as it sounds. There's too much to think about. I know it can be quite hard having 4 bro skins chasing you like it's the final of a CDL tournament. Oh, they're 4-second, bro. Oh, they're 4-sacking me, bro! Just remember, if Faze Booya can do it, I can kinda do it, you can do it as well. Play smart. When teams are pushing you, remember to switch to defensive mode and let the enemies come to you. Let them make the mistakes. Hold your angles and take advantage of the situation. It's not always going to work out, but you build your game sense over time. Knowing when to attack or knowing when to play defensive will become a reactive thing. Don't always attack. Unless you're like the god of COD, then yeah, do whatever you want. Okay, another thing I would recommend is to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I do try to put a lot of effort into these videos, so smashing on the like button would mean the world to me, and also want to say thank you if you are still here. Sub to the YouTube channel for decent Warzone content. Remember to check me out on Twitch as well at AndosGaming TV. Next topic, pre-aiming and reading plays. What I noticed Booya does really well is pre-aiming and reading how players will react in certain situations. As mentioned, he's not like a crazy movement, in your face kind of player. I know a lot of good movement Warzone players be like,
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as
He's more like a, I will outsmart you with my positioning and won't let you touch me kind of demon. And yeah, I noticed he pre-aims a lot and his ability to read situations is second to none. I'll just play some clips and you'll notice casually him just reading situations and giving his commentary.
Know where you're running. No, where you going? You got shot that. You're oh, he's so sad. He's gonna cry.
Emotional damage.
Actually gonna cry. No, you want to go up the stairs. I know you do.
Oh wow,
Next time you play Warzone, remember to pre-aim and read how enemies will move around the map. It's just going to make your life easier. Pre-aiming is really underrated with a lot of people focusing on movement these days, trying to be the next Joe Woe. Remember to pre-aim and play positions to get those easy kills. Next topic, keep high ground. Something I do too much is giving up high ground. Don't get me wrong, sometimes you need to jump down and take the fight to the enemy. However, I notice it does get me killed a lot. Remember to keep high ground a bit longer, try to be patient, don't always jump down at a moment's notice. Only give up high ground when it's really worth it. Yeah, I really need to listen to my own advice. This happens to me like every session.
Enemy spotted.
Oh my god, broke my legs.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
When watching Booya, I notice he's really patient when he has high ground. He's very good at not jumping the gun and getting those easy kills with better positioning. Something I'm still learning and I'm trying to implement into my own game. I feel like I'm always jumping off and taking unnecessary risky gunfights. So next time you play Warzone, remember to take advantage of high ground. So after all the research and analysis, this is just a summary. Play positions. I'm not saying play passive, still move around the map and chase those kills. However, when you get into a gunfight, try to get yourself in a good position, give yourself the advantage and play your life. Also remember to pre-aim and check angles often. I've been implementing this into my own gameplay and I noticed it has really helped me. I just broke my PR the other day and it was just because I was taking less risky gunfights and focusing on positioning. Booya is really good at playing his life and is great at adjusting to certain situations. I was thinking while making this video, what is the best way for me to adapt and learn his playstyle? As generally I'm quite an aggressive player, I don't really think too much during gunfights, I kind of rely on my reactions. I also feel like I don't really play my life enough, so I set up a training scenario for myself where I need to focus on staying alive, basically being defensive and constantly being on the back foot while getting kills. So to do that, I've set up a bot lobby in Modern Warfare, select Team Deathmatch mode, 5v1 against me. I put the difficulty at Veteran or Hardened depending on my mood. Each game, I try to get 75 kills with the least amount of deaths as possible and I just rotate the maps around. So basically, you're constantly being pushed by 5 AO bots. You need to train yourself to stay alive while getting kills. This really helped me get used to playing my life, being on the back foot and playing a bit more methodical. Make sure to have health at 250, allow the revives and use a stim to make life easier. But that is it for today's video. I just want to give a shout out to Faze Booya. I've been watching this man since the Verdansk days. He's also my little sister's favorite streamer of all time. Not sure if you're going to see this Booya, but on behalf of the Warzone community and myself, just want to say thank you so much for just being a legend and putting out great content. I know we all really appreciate it. Anyways, love you all and good luck on the Warzone.